For all episodes and more information, please visit us at marriedmillions.com.
Larrabee-Martin.
I'm Greg Martin.
And we are co-owners of Kolo Collection.
Well, we met in a very unique way that I was working for Payless Shoe Source, and the VP of Operations was shopping with his wife, who is a designer, at Michelle's showroom at ADAC, and they were having fun cutting up, and Michelle asked him if he knew anybody or had any friends or brothers, and so unbeknownst to her, he was thinking about me immediately and started planning how they could get the two of us together, and they managed to okay it through Michelle, and I got her phone number, and after repeated tries I got a hold of her, and we set up a blind date. We met, and 6 months later we were engaged.
My story, a designer customer of mine came in with her husband at a showroom at ADAC I worked at, and they were having so much fun buying office furniture that I asked if he had a brother or a cousin or any kind of relative, and he and his wife started scheming and came up with Greg's name, and Greg worked for Mike Fleming at Payless Shoe Source, and they gave Greg my phone number. He called, and we went on a blind date, and 6 months later we were engaged, and 6 months after that we were married. When did we decide to work together? Have we decided that yet? Greg was traveling internationally for Payless Shoe Source as a real estate rep, and we were newly married, and I was here working, and he was in and out. He'd be gone for 10 days and then back in, and we wanted to start a family. And we knew that he couldn't travel that much, and we have a family. So a neighbor of ours came to us with a line of furniture from Denmark that wanted to be represented in the United States. And Greg's grandparents owned a furniture store, so he just started thinking, because he has a great business mind, wouldn't it be wonderful if we opened up a furniture store? And it was born itself. So the line needed to come to the States. I was in the furniture industry anyway. His grandparents had had a furniture store. He's got a great business mind. So we just started thinking that this could possibly work. You want to start?
Sure. We each have our skill set. We try to use that from our past experience. So I have the business background, so I handle all the back office and more the financial side of things, and kind of manage the flow of the product being ordered and delivered through help with Paul, one of our employees, and then Michelle is more of the front of the showroom.
I drive the sales and work with designers, try to bring in new business, try to pick out inventory buying when he tells me there's money that we can buy with, or we still work close together, but we try to stay separate in some ways, and I think that's a good way to do it. I have my specialty and he has his specialty, and so I really work more in the front of the house.
Well, it's a retail store, so we really don't have typical days. You never know what's going to be going on, what customers are going to come in, what orders are going to arrive.
Typical day in retail is no such thing as a typical day in retail. You can come in prepared for the slowest day of the season, which happened, a couple weeks ago, and it ended up being the busiest day of the season. You can plan all you want to, but you never know what's going to happen.
I think we're going to be able to fit for a
And
terrace.
you want aluminum, or are you married to any kind of material?
I'm not married to the kind of material. I mean, I like the aluminum of McKinnon Harris.
Yeah, they're the only one in aluminum that doesn't make things really curved, I don't know. But
And I don't want teak.
well,
Help it.
I've got. We just saw a new line that's made out of Epay. Are you familiar with Epay? A lot of people are
It's
using
this
it
table right
on,
here.
on
This wood.
decking.
Okay.
It's about twice as hard.
We don't have
Anybody that can make it?
Well, round is hard.
Let me look at one thing.
That's another
Hang on.
reason why it's so
Or if
Oh,
you
no
want
problem.
to shoot a little.
What is a typical day in your business like?
Well, we just experienced that, didn't we? There's no such thing as a typical day. You could come in planning to get your paperwork done, getting your quotes out to your designers, and then 4 people can walk in the door in a second and wipe you out. So I could come in and want to fill up a container. There's just no such thing as a typical day in retail world. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, you just have to, you have certain tasks that have to get done, so sometimes they need to be done first thing or at the end of the day, because the rest of the day when you're in retail, you're typically focused on your customers, making sure that they're being taken care of, making sure they're getting the attention that they need.
And they come first because they pay the bills. So you have to, whatever you're doing, that's it. It dropped for the person that walks through that front door.